And the Screen Team is back. We've got a full hour show for you this evening. We've got a lot of good movies we're going to be reviewing. Movies like Unbroken. We're also going to be doing Terminator Genesis this evening. My Blue Heaven with Steve Martin and Rick Moranis. We also got School of Rock with Jack Black. And we're going to finish things off with 2 Bit starring Al Pacino. But first off, we're going to do a movie called Bachelor Party. And we've got Doug Anderson in with us. And Doug,
how's it going?
That's good, Doug. Good. And you know what, man? I wanted you on this review, well, for 2 reasons. First reason is Sabrina didn't want to watch this movie. So that's
the truth.
That's the first. I was like, come on, hey, this is a hilarious movie. I ain't watching that. I'm like, it's so good. Watch it.
She missed the gym. Well, I mean, everybody else right now, they know Tom Hanks, the serious guy.
Right.
Little but knows to most people, he started out as a comic actor.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever did like stand up or anything, but he was totally a comic actor. So this was right in his wheelhouse back then.
And the crazy thing is even though he's a nice guy in this film,
mm-hmm.
he's kind of a jerk too,
In a way, yeah.
The way that he talks to certain people, he's kind of arrogant,
Oh, just a little bit.
But from the very, very start, you understand and you know what this movie is going to be about.
Oh.
It's set in the 80s, and you've got like your 80s montage thing going on from the very beginning.
Yep. Total excess. Everything is an excess. Over the top, big. Yeah.
Speaking of that, I don't know how much we can describe of this because this is a rated R film, and there are a lot of raunchy parts. But
big time 80s R rated, which was the whole different R rating.
You got Tom Hanks. He's getting all his friends together to let them know that he is engaged and he's getting married.
Right.
And one of his best friends works at like a J.C. Penney's or something like that.
Yeah.
Taking family portraits, and there's a lady who's well endowed, and he starts. Instead of taking pictures of the little kid, he starts taking pictures of her, and I love Tom Hanks' reaction when he first sees that. You're not gonna be able to see it, but he walks in, he's like, this looks like a good time,
That's a good time right here. Hey, twins.
That's the kind of movie we got here.
Yep.
It's Bachelor Party. Not only do you have Tom Hanks, but you also have his fiancée. You've got his future wife.
Yep.
80s heartthrob, Tawny Katane, right?
Yes.
Was she the perfect choice for this?
I think so at the time. I mean, she was kind of not really a known person. Mm-hmm. This kind of launched her over the top. It kind of launched her onto the hood
of David Coverdale's car.
That's right.
You got any favorite scenes from this movie, Doug?
The horse. I have to say, probably my favorite part was his one the little short friend of his
with the curly hair and the bad 80s mustache, 70s mustache, I should say.
I'm in love.
Oh yeah, where he falls in love with somebody he probably shouldn't be falling in love with, right?
Total, this is totally no PC at all in this movie.
Yeah.
Whenever he sees the woman he was with standing up at the urinal.
I love this. This is. He starts taking a shower right there. He's just cleaning himself off and stuff.
It's so funny.
One of my favorite scenes, and it's not really that funny, but for some reason I just always get a chuckle out of it. It's just a funny scene. In the very beginning of the movie, they announced the engagement to Tawny Katane's parents.
Yeah,
and for some reason they're very well endowed, very rich, and they've got like their own little country club on their property or whatever, and they're playing tennis.
Yeah.
And they're trying to have a serious game of tennis, but Tom Hanks isn't taking it seriously at all. He gets it and he's like, boom, home run.
Yeah.
He does like 2 or 3 times or whatever, and my goodness gracious, so many good parts in this film, and you're just holding yourself back because you want to describe more of what this movie's about.
It's hard to.
But it's so hard to do it on radio like this.
Yeah, because, the visual, you really do need to see the movie, but there again, PC.
Right.
I mean, because it was the 80s. There was no PC. You could call things what they were. You cannot say certain things nowadays, like in that movie. There again, going back to that scene I was just describing a while ago, transgender.
Yeah.
Okay, it was what we call it now. They had a whole other thing for it back then, but that's what it was, transgender.
Right.
And this is total element of surprise to this guy. For whatever reason, he had no idea. You just have to let your mind wander. The scene where the ex-boyfriend fell out of the window and landed in the car.
Yeah. And he was naked, yeah.
Yeah, they're getting ready to kiss. And
Doug, so many good Doug.
Oh, Jesus. 3D. I've seen better. Pop! That scene was, which was actually in the trailer. I'd forgotten about that. After watching the movie, I'd click through some of the trailers on YouTube, and that was one there. They're sitting there at the movie, and the guy and the girl talking about the movie. He's like, "Oh, this is great 3D effects," and she's like, "Oh, I've seen better." All of a sudden, he's a big punch, pop, punches her in the face. She's like, "Oh, wow." The school bus crashes through the screen.
All right, Doug. So did your wife watch this with you?
No. She's a party pooper.
My wife didn't watch it with me either. So, so is this movie just for guys then?
You know what? I would say, yeah. It's definitely a guy's movie. Guys' night out, kind of a flick, just to the max.
Okay. Second question. Obviously, you and I like the movie, but we come from that generation. Do you think millennials, is this something that they would find funny, or is this...
I don't think so. They'd be too busy on their cell phone watching Facebook. Yeah, millennials, I said that.
Man, Doug he's causing all kinds of controversies today.
Well, I do believe that. I think, yeah, it's cool. Click, 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 click. Ooh, yep, Click, 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 click. Hey, check this out. Click, click, click. All the while, this funny movie's going on. Yeah.
And it is a funny movie.
It's hilarious.
The movie is called Bachelor Party, released in the early 80s, and you can find it on DVD. 84, that's right. Good year, by the way. Coming up next, we're going to review the movie Unbroken. It's next on KWOC.